All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, B'chadash. Double honors to our elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I'm going to play a series of videos. And in these videos, what you're going to see is how the spirit of men and how they are looking at women are systematically changing through the spirit. You see, for the longest time, women have been given a pass for the evils that they've been doing because women have had this perpetual hedge over them that made people look at them as a tender and delicate creature that couldn't do no evil. The nurturers, the childbearers, the one that, brings life into the house and things of that nature. But now people are seeing that, hey, women are absurdly wicked, only second to Esau, Edom, especially the so-called white woman and especially the so-called black woman, evil ass mothers. And I have a series of videos here where you see the spirit of men is changing. The spirit of men and the way they look at the behavior of women has been changing. Women are no longer getting a pass for the evil shit that they've done, and men are calling them out on it because this shit is over with for y'all. Okay? Now, I'm going to start off with a quick precept because of this precept, because I want to show how the Lord, the Heavenly Father, he gave women the ability to be in this position for a short time. Okay? And that means that a lot of evil that women, were seemingly capable of, right? Because they have it. This time in history is not the first time, women throughout the scriptures. Women have always been classified as an evil, wicked creature. Okay, but in this particular age, there had to be, just like there was a shroud put over Esau, Edom, to cover him being the wicked. There also was over the woman. Okay, because she's been allowed to move around and do things that she's never been able, that she shouldn't have been able allowed to do. Okay, and look at the destruction that this shit has wrought among certain demographics of people that don't have control over their women. This is Jeremiah 31 and 22, and it says, "How long will I go about, oh backsliding daughter?" All right, backsliding daughter. This bitch is doing everything backwards and going against everything that she should. For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth, a woman shall compass a man. And that means that she doesn't have to be under the rule or authority over a man. Okay? So then she's left to her own wickedness. She's left to her own ignorance. Okay? That's what the scriptures say in the book of Ecclesiasticus. I believe the 25th chapter, it says, "Give water no passage, neither give a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad." Well, all women are inherently wicked. But when you remove these constraints from women, they're going to live their wickedness. They're going to do all the evil shit that women do because women don't have any concept of accountability. They don't have any concept of it to say, damn, I'm doing wrong. It escapes them. When the scripture says wisdom was not given unto her, neither was understanding, that just doesn't mean, oh, she don't understand the truth. She don't even understand the consequences of her actions. I mean, how many times have we seen women do some stupid ass shit, and then when the consequences come their way, they act like they're surprised that they're going to get consequences for this action? See, women, they've been so long given a pass for their evil and their wickedness that they feel like they're exempt from doing evil and wickedness. Okay? This is the nature of these women in this particular society that Esau has created. Okay? So, I have a series of videos I'm going to watch. This one, I'm going to start off with this one, but there's a bunch of them. They're doozies. A lot of them have to do with men, okay? Just really paying attention to the things that women say, okay? And how evil they are, all right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and start off with this video, all right?
Dated outside your race?
Yes, that's all I would like to do. White men love me. Like, white men.
You see that? It says she was so excited to say this. White men love me. Why? Because why? The so-called white man is the one that's in power right now. He's the one that has the authority right now. Okay, so of course you're gonna, oh, white man love me. I'm the most powerful man on the earth. He loves me.
Love me.
12 seconds later.
So I'm asking right now, black men, I got to my black men to really step up for black women and create families.
Yeah.
It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Have you ever?
Okay, so I like to hit it when he said that little last bullshit, little devil, right? So you see, on the one hand, she's talking about, oh, I love white men. But on the
Yes,
other
that's
hand,
all I would like.
shut up. Fucking just play for without me. Slack it. Damn. Uh. So on the one hand, oh yeah, black white men love me, but black men need to step up and take responsibility. You see the stupid craziness that comes out of these bitches' mouth? You know? This is why you shouldn't listen to their ass. None of them. All right? Um Precept just came into mind. I was grabbing it. All right, this is the because we're gonna pull a bunch of precepts from Ecclesiasticus, but this is Ecclesiasticus 25. And we're just gonna jump around in this chapter for a bit. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 24. Yeah. So it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Okay? Through her we all die. Because not only do we inherit that genetic wickedness that comes to the woman and the man, however, this bitch teaches all type of crazy shit because she has control of the household. So she have you making all, she turned the daughters into hoes and the men into simps. Okay? That's what she do. Or into homosexuals. And then play like she didn't have nothing to do with it. But when it was all going on, you wanted to say shit like, oh, I'm the mama and I'm the daddy. Right? But as we coming into this destruction, who you about to be? Oh, you about to be submissive and subservient. That's what you about to be. But you also about to be trampled as the mire in the street. All right? It says, give water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Because if you understand the weight of water, if you let water just do its thing, it's eventually going to get destructed. All right? Got a small leak on the floor. You never go out and fix it, right? You never repair it. 2-3 years later, it's a huge gaping hole. The house is leaning. The water done eroded everything away, and it became very destructive and very expensive to fix. Well, it's the same with the woman. You let this bitch roam around, it becomes costly. She done hopped on many different cocks, then got pregnant by a man, but she wants you to be the daddy. So she say you the daddy. Now you stuck in this system paying for a child that's not even yours. And there's nothing you can do about it. They're even passing laws now to say, well, if you watch a child for a certain amount of time, you can be considered, you can be put on child support because you assume the role of a father figure. What kind of shit is that? You see, so the system that was designed, that's what I say that, this system was designed for women to be put into a position of power to continuously emasculate the man and belittle the man. Okay, because these women are stupid, and most boys grow up looking at their woman as looking at their mother as some type of, oh wow, this is just a great figure, right? And the father is shitted on. They're looking at the mother, oh, mama, mommy, my mama's so great, my mama this, my mama that, because she's the main person in your life. Not realizing that your mom is the most destructive force in your life. Okay? So yeah. And you're supposed to, it says, this is a verse 26, and it says, if she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce, and let her go. You see, that's a lot of things that y'all men out here just now starting to learn that you should have done. Okay? And forgive my French, you have to adopt a mindset of perpetual fuck that bitch. Okay? It has to be perpetual in your mind. Fuck her. Because ultimately, this woman could potentially betray you, sleep with another man, and she'll sleep with another man and take that to her grave. You think that you got a pure woman and she done messed around with you a few times, and she'll take that shit to her grave. You'll never know. Okay? So without further ado, we're about to start getting into some of these precepts. And I'm going to read verse 24 again because this is very important. It says, of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Because in all these videos, right, as a matter of fact, before I get those videos, let me grab one more precept. What was it? So I'm going to go to the book of Proverbs 11 to 21. It says, though they join hand in hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. That's not what I wanted. But it's close. It's not what I wanted. Where's that precept at? Well, I'll go ahead and go with this. It says, though they join hand in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Okay? So you're joining hand in hand with these wicked ass devils talking about some I love white men. Okay. Well, we're about to see how far that gets you. So um here's another. I'm gonna start from here and I'm gonna just go on, but I want you all to hear.
We'll turn it back because these dusties are dusty. They just belong in a coffin.
I agree.
And the only reason I support aborting a black child when it comes to it being male is because when I look at the black community and the problems in it, it's associated with males and male pathology.
So when you are a black man thinking that the women who think this way and whose minds are captured, you are on the same team with them, you are not. You have to wake up to that reality. We can no longer say that this is only happening amongst white people and on the far right. There are black women who vote and follow every slogan, every trend, every talking point, and it's anti-family, anti-men, anti-boys, and anti-black boys in the womb.
There's no turn.
All right. And this is a big deal. These bitches actually feel like this. Okay. They will abort that child quick as hell. Okay. They don't care. They have zero attachment. See, you have to understand when a woman is a whore, right? And she can't pair bond with the man, she can't pair bond with the child either. Okay? Because that child is of that man. All right? So if she's a hoe, which most of these women out here are intrinsically hoes, right? She cannot pair bond with the man. She ain't gonna pair bond with the child. The child is gonna be looked upon as a burden. And how many women you see leaving their children at home to go out in parties, aborting their children, not feeding their children? Your children ain't got no damn diapers, you know, begging their baby daddy for money, telling this for the children, but they're going to get their hair and their nails done, not even feeding these children well. That's what these women are doing. They've been the one left in possession and in control of the children. Okay? I'm gonna go to the book of Lamentations. I'm gonna go to the book of Lamentations 4 and 3, and it says, even the sea monster draw the breast, they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel, like the ostrich in the wilderness. You see that? So even the sea monsters will feed their children and take care of their children, but the women of Israel have become cruel. You hear what they're saying? They're saying this shit on TV. I mean, on social media and on TV. They're saying this shit publicly for the men to hear. This shows you that they have no shame and they're full of pride. They don't think it's going to be a consequence for these things. But what you're doing is you're systematically making the men hate you. Okay? So let's move on to the next video. There's a bunch of them, man. There's a bunch of them. I'm going to play this one.
Kill the motherfuckers who really killing y'all. Who really killing us for real.
All that motherfucking bitching and yapping for nothing. Shut the fuck up. If we did do what you said, you wouldn't be making a fucking video, bitch. The fuck? They ain't doing shit to us. I can pull up the stats. Since 1972, 73, you hoes been taking us out. Over 23 million. The fuck is you talking about? If we take out the motherfuckers who taking us out, we gonna take you out, bitch. The fuck? No, you wake up, dumbass. Fuck is she talking about? Like you bitches ain't sell us out, and like you ain't been getting benefits for the last 6 decades. Yeah, we ain't doing yellow.
Now, here's my question. Here's my question. Why now, after 6, 7 decades of women doing this shit, why now are men finally standing up and saying, nah, this is enough of this shit? Why? As broken, from the broken homes, right? To the YNs, to whatever. Now these so-called black men are standing up and they're talking about what women are doing. Why now? Because the Lord is changing the spirit of men. He's putting a new spirit on men, an old spirit, so to speak, that they didn't have, that they've lost. Okay? And men are now looking at the woman as the enemy. And I didn't put the video up, you know, in this particular collection of videos. I didn't put the video up, but you have men saying, yeah, these women are enemies now. Like, the woman is your enemy. She is your fucking enemy. The so-called black woman. But the men that's been out there on the highways and byways been telling y'all this shit for years. Years we've been telling y'all about this. Okay? That these women are trash. Okay? They're garbage. All right? I remember when I was younger, I had, this is when I was in high school, back in the 90s, right? There were young girls that were just, that I liked, that we had a thing going on, that would end up sleeping with my friends just because it's nothing. And act like it was nothing wrong, and this was back then. So what, I slept with your friend. Me and you can still have a relationship. No, we can't. You nasty ass. They don't think that there's anything wrong with the evil that they're doing. Now you see him, like you see the real problem, man. Shut your ass up. And see, that's what I'm saying. Women have to be they have to be forced into subjection through fear. That's why Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into pass, because these women are going to be scared. It ain't going to be no, oh, I'm just going to come to you. No, they're going to be forced into subjection. They're going to be looking for any man that they can find, but they're going to really be looking for men of the Lord, okay, to try to help them, to try to protect them. But men are going to be, these men of the Lord are going to be so picky in that day, boy. It ain't going to be no, oh, you bad. You got a fat ass. It ain't going to be like that. Okay? If you don't serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and don't believe in his power and believe in his truth, you are not going to be rescued, women.
You won't, bitch.
That's the reason. Go kill the motherfuckers who really killing y'all. Who really killing us for real.
All that motherfucking bitching and yapping for nothing. Shut the fuck up. If we did do what you said, you wouldn't be making a fucking video, bitch. The fuck? They ain't doing shit to us. I can pull up the stats. Since 1972, 73, you hoes been taking us out. Over 23 million. The fuck is you talking about? If we take out the motherfuckers who taking us out, we gonna take you out, bitch. The fuck? No, you wake up, dumbass. Fuck is she talking about? Like you bitches ain't sell us out, and like you ain't been getting benefits for the last 6 decades. Yeah, we ain't doing, yell all you want, bitch. We don't give a fuck. They can take the motherfucking food stamps, take that motherfucking Section 8. We said what the fuck we said. And to these hoes be submissive, and bow the fuck down and sit they bitch ass down and shut the fuck up. We ain't doing shit. We gonna let y'all motherfucking ass go extinct. That's what's fucking finna happen. All that motherfucking yelling. Like y'all been doing some shit. Y'all been fight. Y'all ain't did shit but traded on us. Bitch, you the reason we in this fucking situation. Fuck is you talking about? So yeah, shut y'all motherfucking ass up. Traitor ass. Shut y'all traitor ass up. The fuck? Go read a fucking book. Stop being a fucking stop having all these motherfucking kids on welfare. Yeah. Go detox. Stop spreading that motherfucking infections y'all got. Fuck is you talking about? Stop catching 1,000 fucking bodies and wondering why don't nobody want to be with your ass. Yeah, we ain't doing a motherfucking thing. You bitches fucked up the reality, and now you done made most of the ninjas nihilists. This shit ain't worth our energy. That's why it's like this. We don't want fucking whores. We don't want a nation of whores and fake boss babes. So this what the fuck you get. This what the fuck you get. This the result. The fuck?
Fuck the reason.
All right, so you see, Jake is pissed. Jake is pissed. When you see average Jake's talking like this, he called her a traitor ass hoe. We don't want a nation of whores, right? If you don't bow down and be submissive, we don't want you. This is about to be the mantra of men, of Jake men all the way across the board. Now, of course, you're going to have some simps in there, but for the most part, men are done dealing with y'all loudmouth ass black bitches, man. It has come to a head, all right? And as society breaks down and things collapse and all hell break loose, this anger is going to fester because most men are going to look at these bitches as the reason why they're in the situation. You heard them say, y'all the reason why we in this situation. Which, no, that's not the reason. The reason why is because it is. When you go back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, they were a part of the effect of the cause. Okay, this is Deuteronomy 20 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, and all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. And one of those curses was Deuteronomy 28 and 56, where it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for tender and delicateness, her eye shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. Okay? Verse 27, and toward her young one that come out from beneath her feet. This is why these women abort their children. Okay, this baby ain't even born. It says, and toward her young one that come out from beneath her feet. This is abortion. This is child abandonment. This is child neglect. This is child abuse. These are all these things that these so-called black women do to our children. And then they want to turn the women into whores, turn the men into simps, turn the men into homosexuals. This is what these black women do. And then they want to sit there and say to themselves, y'all men need to do something about it. But then in the same token, want to talk about how y'all want black men in the grave. Okay. Y'all keep that same energy just for a little bit longer. Okay? Y'all keep the enemy for a little bit longer. It says, and toward the children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for the want of things, for the want of all things secretly in a siege and in straitness, wherein the enemy shall distress thee. Now, if these damn women are leaving their children to die so they can go party, what do you think they're gonna do when they get hungry? You got bitches putting dogs in ovens just and eating them on social media just to teach their man a lesson. Crazy shit. You know? So how much more when all this stuff really go down, which is about to happen very soon, everything is going to collapse. What do you think these women going to do? They're going to be, oh, my man, please help me. And a lot of y'all women going to be rejected, man. Okay? y'all gonna be rejected. Bitches don't even think they've done anything wrong. Okay? This is Proverbs 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and say, have done no wickedness. And this is the listen to this once again. I just want to play the beginning of this. Right? Listen to what this woman says.
Go kill the motherfuckers who really killing y'all. Who really killing us for real.
She said, go kill the motherfuckers that are killing y'all who are really killing us for real. Now she's right. The so-called white men are killing Jake. But what about you? What about your accountability in this? What about the things you've done? Okay? No, you don't want to face accountability for what you've done. No, you're going to face accountability for what you've done. Okay? All y'all women have been nothing but destructive to Jake men for the last 70, 80 years plus. Okay? You've been a force of oppression. Now listen to this. This is crazy.
As isolated events. When women kill men, it is sold as isolated events. We can isolate Flaba's woman that murdered him. We can isolate Rosemary Ndlovu, who murdered her family. We isolate. It's isolated. But when men kill women, all men get painted and branded with the same brush as potential killers. Uyinene Mkhwetyana was murdered by a guy at the South African Post Office. After that happened, her face trended, and women were saying, you men must stop killing us. You men, all of us. When Flaba's woman murdered Flaba, men were not saying, you women are killing us. When Rosemary Ndlovu was murdering her family for life insurance payouts, men were not going around saying, you guys are killing us. I gave you the data of women killing children. Mothers, 70% of children under 5 who are murdered by their moms. No one is saying children are unsafe with their mothers. 30% of children under...
Which is true. So if you just look at the rate of abortion, right, and how many kids are getting killed, that right there in itself is showing you the wickedness and evil. How these women just murder indiscriminately, and because they looked upon as a woman as a weaker, softer vessel, that they get a pass for all of the fucking evil that they do. Putting you on child support, Title 4D, having the child taken away from the father, going off and sleeping with other men, you know, bringing other men into your house to father your child when the real father wants to be the father and you don't want him to be the father just so you can punish him for whatever reason. Okay? Getting restraining orders put on men so they can get removed for their home that you didn't pay for so you can take it over. I've seen so many instances of men just getting destroyed because the system aligns with women and not with men, and the men and the women takes advantage of this system so they can oppress the man and take what the man has. Okay, but they're not accountable for that shit.
18 are murdered by... No one is saying, men are not saying it's dangerous for women to be around children because they're murderers. Because there's propaganda. When a woman kills a man, it's isolated. When a man kills a woman, all men are painted with the same brush. When women kill men...
You see that? You see that? So women are given a pass for the evil that they do in this world, while men are held accountable above the...
as isolated events.
Stupid shit, man. Like, why does it keep doing that? So I'll be having to exit out. Because TikTok just like to play the video even when you're not... when you don't want the video to play. So you see that? And I've looked at, well, I know of some of these statistics. I do know that 70% of all child abuse is done by women. Not even looked upon. Okay? All right? Even child, a huge number of child molestation is done by women. Not even looked upon. Okay? Women do so much abuse. All right? And they don't even hold themselves to a level to say, man, this was bad that I just did. It's like I brought out earlier, the way of an adulterous woman. You know, she wipeth her mouth and say, I've done no evil. All wickedness is but a little to the wickedness of a woman. Okay? So I got a few more precepts. This is Ecclesiastes 26. and 12. Ecclesiastes 26 and 12. It says, I'm gonna start off at verse 8, because I mean there's a lot of meat in this chapter, and you know it really goes in on the woman, but I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, a drunken woman and a gatherer abroad causes great anger, and she would not cover her own shame. She won't. These women, they profess the evil shit that they do boldly and just say you got to accept it. It says the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. We see that everywhere we go. All these women are whores, nation of whores. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, which they all are, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself over much liberty. All these women are abused because of the liberty that they have. They abuse themselves over much liberty because they stupid. They stupid. It says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against you. Like, you gotta expect these women to do evil. That's what the scriptures say. Y'all men just don't want to accept the fact that women are inherently evil. Okay? They are. King Solomon said, out of 1,000 women, I found none that was righteous. At least you can find a one righteous man out of 1,000, but not a righteous woman, because they don't exist. All right? It says, she will open her mouth to the thirsty traveler, a whore, blowing rod. When she had found a fountain, she would drink of every water near her, and every head she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. What does that even mean? Yeah, well, you know what a quiver is. It holds arrows. All right? And a hedge is somebody that can offer you something or give you some type of protection, some type of provision. Okay? So, oh man, he a baller. He a baller. Oh, look at his car. Look at his car. Look at him. Yeah. You see? That's these women. And now you wonder why she hopping from cock to cock carousel, cock to cock. Because this is what they do. They're looking for the bigger deal. You'll be walking down the street with your woman and she'll be all checking a dude out in another car because she wants that. And then if you leave her alone and that dude pull up on her, she gonna holler at the dude. And in a lot of cases, she'll holler at the dude right in front of you and get mad because hey, what are you doing? Oh, he offering me this, he offering me that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let me go ahead and take that. And you looking at her like, what the fuck is wrong with her? No integrity, no honor, no dignity. All right? But all those things are coming to an end. All right? Because what's happening is the Lord is flipping the script. This is Isaiah 32 and 2. And all these things are going to lead to Isaiah. Oh, you know what? Gotta get it. I didn't have it in my notes, but I gotta get it. Micah 7 and 10. We bring it out all the time. Okay? It says, then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? And my eyes shall behold her. Now she shall be trodden down. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the street. Okay? So she can be trodden down like trash. And when you go into this word mire, teat.
Strong's H2916. Teat.
And it
Teat.
says mud, clay, mire, dirt, damp dirt, mud, mire, clay. Like the dirt. Okay, you're gonna be trampled like the dirt. Like shit, like dirt. That's what you're gonna be trampled as. Okay? So Got a couple more precepts, and we're just gonna, close it out. All right, so I'm gonna go to Isaiah 32:2, and it says, "And a man should be in hiding place from the wind." That wind goes into destruction. All right, so when you go into that word wind,
Strong's H 7307.
ruach,
Ruach. Ruach.
and it says, all right, so the um it has one, two, and all these are definitions of it, but we're going to go down to five, and it says, and B, okay, and it says sorrow or trouble, okay. So that's basically what this particular scripture is talking about. It's talking about the sorrow and trouble that's coming upon the earth. All right. So it says again, I will make and a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, a covert from the tempest. Okay. That tempest is the destroying wind. Let's look at that. Tempest. It says shower, rain, thunderstorm, flood of rain, downpour, rainstorm. Okay. But in this particular tempest, it's going to be those thermonuclear missiles and the hail that's coming down upon the earth. Okay. So when all hell break loose, a man is going to be a man with that hedge that the Lord puts around him is going to be the one of value, and that's what you're going to be looking for. These women, they're going to be looking for that man because ain't nothing else going to give you any safety. Only being with that man is going to keep you safe. Okay. And it says, as the rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Okay. So this man is going to be a covering. He's going to be a protector. He's going to be something that's going to help you through this situation. Okay. But a lot of y'all women ain't going to have that. All right. And I got one more precept I'm going to bring out. We're going to close out on this. This is the book of Isaiah 13:12. And it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay. So Ophir was a high quality piece of gold. Very, very, very pure. Man gonna be worth way more than that. Okay. It says more precious than fine gold. So more precious than fine gold. You can't say just gold, it said fine gold. So a man is gonna be that one that's gonna be precious, not you damn women. And you women are gonna come crawling, begging, like in Isaiah 4:1. Oh, could we please come with you? You're gonna be begging. And all that loud mouth and talking and all that shit. Yeah. Y'all gonna get y'all comeuppance. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait to see y'all loudmouth women like that black bitch, you know what I'm saying? Talking about they killing us. And then that other one, I like white men. That's all I cannot wait to see women like y'all out in the street begging for y'all lives, man. Okay? I really pray the Lord allows me to be around to see that. Okay? Because so long you women have been arrogant and full of pride. And to see you all get trampled just like the enemy, it's going to be a sight. It's going to be a great sight to see because you women are the enemies of the man. So with that, I'm going to end this off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Rachah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, great millstones. Until next time, I say shalom.